fact that I'm still picking up new things 28 hours into the game. Nah, this is like 26. There probably is. Probably one that I've broken down for source because I put all my mods into damage. Still no regrets. Yeet. God, that triple throw is just so good, though. You know, you work for me now. So do you. Well, hi there. Aren't you just a bastard-flavored bastard? Ow! What was that other mod that I picked up? Rude. That was the rudest thing the game has done in a long time. All right. I want to play that. We're bringing Charge back out to play. Have a seat. Double play. There's no hiding in the corner office. only problem with dropping grip is that I can't control the damage I do to try and seize these fuckers. However, they're bad at dodging point-blank throws. There we go. Aim that way too high. I see you teleporting over there like you slick. You ain't stealthy, motherfucker. I see you. Oh, give me all this good stuff. I mean, yeah, some of it's good stuff. Anything in any of these offices? That goes to the fire break, so that's where I need to go from here. Thought there'd at least be a file or two in here, you know? How dare you play with my expectations like this?
Someone call a plumber.
Computer program. Dear House of Representatives, my husband Francis read an article before he died about how the universe was really just a computer program. He believed it. I thought it sounded silly, but now I think he was right. Francis was hit by a car a few months ago, a drunk driver. I don't think it was supposed to happen. My neighbor's son Jeremy broke one of our windows with a football the week before Francis died. Francis yelled at Jeremy for it. He was a bit harsh. This is important because I see Jeremy on his computer through their living room window. He's on it all the time. His mother says he's a computer whiz. I think Jeremy is operating the computer program and he changed the universe so that driver would hit Francis. He did it to get back at Francis for yelling at him. Is there a way to change the computer and make Francis come back? I have some money if it's expensive. I don't know how these things work. I don't care if Jeremy gets in trouble or not. I just want Francis to come home. Francis and I were very happy together. I can feel him not being here and I know it's not right. Sincerely, Stephanie Miller. I like to think there's a branch in our bureaucracy in real life that keeps and parses through these letters. You know, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, that is heartbreakingly desperate. Even though, you know, the thought is funny, but yeah, that's... Oh yeah, I can't imagine the letters some of the staff that some of the representatives have to go through are like. That's the wrong weapon. You have to figure there are staff members that have to read every conspiracy theory laden letter that gets sent to the representative's office. They have to read them in case it's something legitimate that they have to respond to. Wait, that looks... Well, nope. Thought there was a spot you could jump into there. The Astral restroom has been discovered. One hand, I'd love to be paid to do this job. On the other hand, I don't want to work here. Yeah. Yeah. It's like working in an actual bureau that just handles all of the unexplained things, and they all have a weird explanation and weird shit that they could do. It sounds interesting, but then you have to think about all the stuff that comes with it. Can I make it to these other fire breaks? Oh wait, shit, that just goes back where I already came from. I almost made mistakes. Hey look, more bathrooms. How much money would you have to be paid to want to work in this house? I'm not sure any amount would be enough for this one, because this place seems really badly run. Yes, all the monies. Termination policies are a little, you know, because with my luck, you think if you ended up in something like this, you think you'd be the one. The games like this have conditioned you to think that you'd be the one that got put in charge like this and have all this cool shit happen to you. No, you'd be like D-class. Can only imagine the new employee being, oh, here, hold on to this brush. Yeah. Go ahead and claim this. Yeah, like that's the other thing. If you don't get picked to be the director, you blow your own head off. You know, sign up to work for Raytheon, you have to live in Antarctica. Fun fact, when my father retired from the post office, he put in an application for a postmaster job for the research department post office in Antarctica.
We have another letter from a listener. This one's unsigned but postmarked from Toledo. It says, "Dear America Overnight, I have the most wonderful appliance for your listeners. It is a miracle of God. A fondue set. A fountain.
Yeah, they actually have one.
Blessed gift. Blessed is spelled with a capital B. Go on, they write. Dive on in. It is molten hot. Perfect for meat. No signature. As far as I know, no fondue set was sent to us here at the studio. Just this letter. Wait. I think there's something else in the envelope. Some kind of black powder. With white shards in it? Bone, maybe? Karen. What is this? Karen? We're on the air, Karen. Where are you? What's this powder in the booth? Is this Ash? Oh God. Karen? How do I cut to commercial?
Like bad things happen on America overnight. But yeah, the research station with all the scientists that, you know, they work on climate research and things like that in Antarctica, they have their own post office, and it's actually a job that postmasters can put in for. Oh yeah, it is. And he was like, you know, that seems like it would be fun. And my mother and I said, are you fucking insane? Recordings of the audio phenomena were uploaded onto the internet shortly after the event. These records circulated rapidly on popular message boards. The communications department utilized this exposure by creating Sky Trumpet hoax videos and posting related theories to spread confusion and draw attention away from the event's paranatural origin. Industrial noise, particularly the sound of metal drilling, was found to be a widely accepted explanation. Theories about the sounds emanating from the Earth itself, known as seismic hum, emerged from the public itself and were encouraged by the Bureau to generate further misdirection and eventual public disinterest. Witnesses of the event were monitored discreetly afterwards. Observed symptoms were consistent with redacted deprivation, but subsided after 12 to 15 days. Probably sensory deprivation, I guess. Or sleep deprivation. The lengths of the symptoms directly correlated to the individual's proximity, unsheltered, to the supposed epicenter. One linked, although accidental casualty can be listed. See report RE the effects of planar friction on hearing aids. And I guess my grandparents' village, less than 200, has its own dedicated post office. Yeah. Yeah, he legitimately wanted to go. And this was like just after my parents moved to the middle of nowhere. And my mother was like, you motherfucker. 2 points. I need 4 points. What about over here? No, I'll save the points so I can finish off the launch or the melee tree. Yeah, exactly. I mean, in some ways, where they live right now is not even in the middle of nowhere enough for my father. He has talked about wanting to, you know, do the Alaskan bush people bullshit. And I told him flat out, I was like, I am not visiting you up there. It's not happening. Gibbs reporting in. It's been 8 days since the collapse and still no sign of any rescue efforts. The Bureau is either completely unaware of our situation or are incapable of helping us. Or maybe it's intentional. How many times have we seen the Bureau not give two shits about its own hard-working staff when they go missing in this place? How many times did we let it slide, thinking, oh, at least it wasn't me? Too many, I'm ashamed to admit. Anyway, there's been some development. Strange crystals have begun growing through the walls. They seem to block some corridors, but not others. The path to the caves, is always left open, but we're not sure why. Luckily, the crystals keep out the astral spike. One's been hounding us for days. John, Nicolay, and Sarah went to find a radio, but never came back. We think the spike got them. I think it's hunting us. Doug says spikes only exist in the astral plane, so what the fuck is it doing here? If we get out of here, I'm hiring a lawyer. These are unsuitable working conditions. Because it will end up like a frictional game. Yeah, you just fucking play the long dark for real. So Dad, you have me only during the summertime? Like, and this is shit he's talked about, the Alaska thing he's talked about for years.
No power. Typical.
I mean, that's what I want to try and do. Just give me all of this shit. It's all mine now.
I should hire someone who builds smaller machines.
That might be an idea. Well, I mean, we can't really hire anybody until we get the lockdown lifted, and we can't give the lockdown lifted until all this shit is taken care of, so...
That's the altered item. Looks pretty secure.
Object gives you the power to avoid checks, gives you the power to make buttons shiny. Have I considered hiring some hiss temps? They're too temperamental. Well, that was the thing. Well, they talked about it earlier in the game, like the budget for this bureau gets automatically accepted every time because the bureau basically erases itself from people's minds. So nobody actually realizes that they're giving the bureau money, so the bureau gets all of the money. It'll be fine, Griff. What could possibly go wrong? Perfectly stable. Nothing has ever gone wrong with a fusion core.
No altered material detected in area.
Yay!
Personnel may now safely enter.
Yay!
Have a bureau full day.
Fuck off. First off, I need you 3 down. We'll beat your ass to death. Not bad. Now what? This is where that's where I came from. Oh, but okay. Ah. Open this. Transit access.
Properly trained. Guess I pass. I am very properly trained.
You know, yeah, that's fair. Gonna say on the job training might not be completely prop, you know, I'm not gonna worry about it. Hi! Fucking mold boy! Yeah, director gets to do what they want. New language. I learned a brand new language. The fish taught me. Probably don't believe me, so I'll prove it. Sure. See? Please publish this letter and maybe other fish speakers will get in touch. They'll be able to read my address even if you can't. Jabini Rog, Larry Humbert. I'm not even trying. Yeah, well. Hulal muti, Jermil blobat use oiman echo kido. Kib Keto Pippo Hurum Yulin Rek I Buit 1455 Ospirtrun Club Hinwa 20222 Kide We Whip Yulin Ret Buzem Kim Zwaten Jibini Rog.
I believe hoorays are in order.
You know, Zephy, that's kind of what I was hoping for, but I don't get what I want. Speaking Simlish. Choo-choo. Movie camera supplement. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after a hospitalized mailman from Redacted, Arkansas claimed his injuries had been caused by a movie camera. Further investigation connected the incident to AI-80, which was being shipped in the mail truck at the time. The package camera was later found in an empty warehouse. The return address led agents to a P.O. box located in the San Fernando Valley belonging to a company called Blessed Pictures. Whether Blessed Pictures is involved in the creation and dissemination of the item's VHS films is unknown. The following is a list of all known films believed to have been shot by AI-80 UE. Shoot First, Die Last, unreleased. Item was used in the filming of an unreleased Western in 1968 on the Italian island of Sardinia. Cast member was killed during an on-site accident, stopping production. It's believed that Blessed Pictures bought the camera when equipment from the shoot was sold at auction. Coffee Bullet, Billy's First Car, Bike Hard, Delivery Disaster. I'd like to think fish people would teach a language that didn't use those alphanumeric characters. You never know. I mean, it would be hard for fish people to write. Gotta be hard to, you know, hold on to a pen with webbed fingers. Give me this file. shift account, part 3. It's clear no one is coming. We're running out of ideas and supplies. We tried going into the caves to find anything edible, but all we found were noxious gases and endless pits. Crystals only let us go one way, even though we could see the caves branched out. We did find some weird spiky pillar. I only got a glimpse of it before the astral spikes attacked. There were a few of them this time. We lost a lot of people. There's only 6 of us left. We didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this. We didn't want to come down here. I'm convinced something brought us here. The others say I'm going nuts, but it's clear this was no house shift. Shifts slide a bathroom sector over or rotate a hallway. They don't drop full divisions into some caves. We were brought here, I know it. But for what? Why tear us away from our lives just to torture us? If this is some sort of test or mission, then here's some advice for whoever's running it. Give out clearer instructions next time. I hope these notes are a good read for whatever ranger finds them. Fuck you. Put that in your report. Oh,
Gun. Phaeton. Not sure she's ready.
I'm here, aren't I? I saved the Bureau once, and I'll do it again.
yeah, the fire breaks are a really awesome design. Also, Marshall, I'd like to point out which one of us is actually alive.
I've served under 2 directors. 3 now, I suppose. Trench and I worked our way up together. We made it through the tough cases, the bad days, the casualties. He was the epitome of a good agent. Smart, decisive, selfless. Then he picked up that damn gun. Becoming director is a formal process overseen by the board. Lots of ritual and mystery.
I skipped all
After
that.
that, key staff provide detailed briefs on all classified matters, past and present. But with Phaeton, well, there's no protocol for field promotion.
Nah, shit just
The
happens.
girl's smart, has a good head on her shoulders. I'm trusting her to handle the hiss upstairs, while I hold them off here. All this shit with the nail, the board, I'm not sure she's ready. Besides, I work better alone.
How'd that work out for you? Did you start to think towards the end, hey, maybe, you know, maybe the director needed to know about this, but it was too late? Is that what happened? It's true.
Etching, like the one I used to get in here.
All right. Touch it.
Is this the lock/key the board told me about?
Okay, the former's talking to me now. Not sure how I feel. Yeah?
Just doing my job.
I feel like we could leave Pennywise in the sewers. I mean, I've had to beat it twice.
First one down. Director Phaeton's got this covered.
Goddamn right. Well, hi everybody. Have a big old rock. Have another big old rock. Oh no, what happened to your orb? Almost a strike. There we go, I picked up the spare. Look, this is Astral bowling. The rules are different. Better than my Yakuza bowling? Yeah, a lot better. I almost commented on that, but I was like, I'm gonna let it go. Now, I don't want to talk about how long it took me to bowl that turkey. Won bowling trophies, I can't remember this shit. God, I haven't been bowling in fucking years. Wait, this is just... I think that's the way I just went. That is the way I just went. I'm going the wrong way. I won't bowl anything. I bowled a whopping 67. I don't remember what my average was anymore. I was halfway decent, but I was never what I'd call great. I used to go a lot, especially when I was stationed in El Paso, because the bowling alley was like less than half a mile from the barracks, and that was pretty much the only thing to do some Fridays. When the fuck did you people get down here?
Jesse, hey!
Emily, how did she get down here?
That's what I'd like to know.
What are you doing down here, Emily?
What do you mean? You called me down, remember?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, that's right. You didn't. But then, I remember you needing me to come here. I mean, you even told me how to get in. Let's just chalk it up to synchronicity so we can get to work.
Excuse the fuck out of you?
Everything in stride.
The board called me down here to deal with the situation. The astral plane is...
Colliding with our world, I know. Isn't it fascinating? I never even considered that the astral plane could be a physical volume expanding beyond its dimensional container. The bleed is localized to this area, but its growth rate seems steady. Given time, it will consume the entire Bureau, and possibly beyond.
That's what I'm here to stop. The board told me to fix the nail over there by dismantling 4 locks in the astral plane. Funny, I think it's put itself back together a bit.
So that
very suspicious. Very suspicious.
For every associated component you remove, this nail reconstructs. Or possibly some variation of anti-sympathy. Don't worry, I'll look into it.
I'm sure you will.
All the Bureau infrastructure?
Yeah.
It looks like there was a research team stationed down here at some point. Do you think Darling knew about this?
I'd put money on it.
I wouldn't say they were stationed.
Have you seen Marshall? She contacted me over the hotline, but then I saw her walking around.
I haven't seen her. The hotline only connects to extraplanar entities. Or dead people. But Marshall's proved time and time again that she's a survivor.
That's exactly what I thought.
Anyway, I've been looking into the minerals growing down here. Have you noticed how they insist on maintaining a certain form? Maybe some sort of a state memory, or they consciously prefer a certain shape?
I think we're on a clock here, Emily.
Thank you.
I need to stop the astral bleeding before it brings the oldest house down. See what you can find out.
Yeah,
in the meantime.
That's the question that I'm wondering.
Send out some rangers to look for Marshall. She may be in trouble.
Will do, Jesse. If you see anything interesting, remember to take detailed notes.
No, But
The
really,
Rangers have tapped into an old radio network they found around the Foundation. So if you need backup, just call them at one of the stations.
How did the hiss get into the Foundation?
Same way we did, I imagine. But you need to remember that the hiss are the embodiment of persistence.
so how did
Their
you
nature
get
is
into the
to be a
Foundation?
force, to find every possible vulnerability and exploit it. Their only goal is consumption.
I'm sure there's plenty of goodies for them down here. The nail, for instance.
If the hiss could corrupt the nail, I'm sure they would have by now. It must not interest them in its broken state. They could be distracted by the numerous unknown paranatural materials I'm sure are lying around. These are the roots of the oldest house. The hiss will find plenty of ways to make trouble.
They're pretty good at that. So you've never heard of the Foundation, huh?
I've never even seen the name referenced. Clearly it's highly classified, but...
Then how did you get down here?
The problem with these kinds of closed-off hidden areas is that they were likely sealed for good reason.
Oh yeah,
But now no
they've
one
been a
is left to
feature
tell
the
us
whole
what that
time.
reason was.
Any guesses why the Bureau would hide something like this?
I only know what I've observed. This place is spatially rigid, which means it doesn't shift like the rest of the oldest house. And before you ask why that is, I have to admit that I'm clueless. There's some signal interfering with my equipment, making it hard to...
Oh, the hiss hole's been closed.
Being emitted from the floor. Maybe I should have brought a jackhammer.
The astral plane is already taking chunks out of this place, Emily. Let's not add to it. So let me get this straight. The astral plane is bleeding into the Foundation.
Correct.
And that's happening because the nail is damaged.
I'd say it's a bit more than damaged, but yes, that is my understanding.
So what's the connection between the nail and the astral plane?
It's a good question. See, I always pictured objects of power as strings between our plane and the astral. If the nail has a similar relationship, then maybe it's more accurate to think of it like plumbing. Now that the nail is busted, sewage is gushing everywhere.
Not the prettiest metaphor.
No.
I
Knows
should
what
get
we
back out
classically
there.
define as
The
foobar.
astral
Yeah,
bleed won't stop itself.
that it definitely is. I guess next, head off to the right.
Don't be a stranger.
It's an honor, Doctor.
Sure. Nameless Ranger. You're doing your best. Yoink. Get in there. Oh yeah. Just snapping stalactites with her fucking forehead. Yes, I know how to melee. Thank you, game. Shaped gash running through the ceiling.
Director Faden here. Send backup to my location.
Oh, neat.
Nice to see a director out in the field.
I'm sure he'll live longer than 30 seconds. Don't worry about it. That's how. Oh my fuck! You little shit. Was he about to yell a Cyril Figgis suppressing fire?
Flank, now!
Fuck. He lived longer than I did.
In pace requiescar fortunato.
Yes, thank you. Loading times. Let me check out these little office things first.
Is this a Bureau ID badge? It looks so old. Hope will definitely want to see this.
Okay. History of the oldest house. The oldest house has revealed much to me during my months in the Foundation, but many questions remain. Primarily, the tree etchings bewilder me. What is their significance? If the house has changed shape over its lifetime as I've theorized, then was a tree its first form? I sent a team to the Schwartzman building in search of pre-settlement accounts of Manhattan Island. From those I discovered a single relevant line. And there I found a tree not known to me, the devil twisted within its bark. That line, taken with the fact that certain American cultures believe some trees would offer wisdom and guidance, is indeed interesting. However, it's hardly firm evidence, and though I am now bound to the oldest house, I remain a man of science. Of course, there are numerous ancient beliefs regarding trees. Yggdrasil, the tree of knowledge. Yaximikshe? Some cultures offered blood sacrifices to trees, while others claimed trees endowed chosen individuals with inhuman powers. Do New York City's many murders act as a sacrifice for the oldest house? Does the house have a chosen champion? Is it me? Hold on. The Mesoamerican World Tree. Wikipedia, for fuck's sake. Huh. That's an actual thing. That's one I hadn't heard of. I'm gonna have to read more on that later. What a button. Paramedic Geometry. I've been going through my library researching pyramids and triangles. If that shape does relate to the board as Northmore says, then perhaps our predecessors in the occult can offer some insight through their geometric knowledge. In esotericism, the triangle is closely associated with the Holy Trinity and other three-part concepts, past, present, future, mind, body, spirit. Interestingly, the term board also implies multiple parts. Upright triangles in Judeo-Christian imagery indicate ascent into the rational/divine realm. Inverted, it signifies a descent into the corporeal/human. Naturally, the ascent is masculine, the fall is feminine, Adam and Eve. That's just a bit of old world patriarchy. It's 1964 now, and we're well past that silliness. Considering the above, what does the inverted triangle tell us about the board? They're clearly not corporeal or human. Perhaps they wish to be, or they once were? The likeliest answer is simply that theological imagery cannot help us define alien entities. But still, the pyramid seems significant. Shapes have power, and clearly so does the board.
Weird place to leave an ID card, but okay.
Okay, that's the way out. And before I start engaging those fuckers, the elevator does work. Okay, well, I fixed something. Where did I came in down by that control point. I think. Yeah, okay, this is the exit. I didn't open that. So, it looks like there's two ways up, though. There's the elevator, and then there's the fun path. I'm gonna take the fun path because I took the upgrade that lets me do it. Which is, of course, going to necessitate the death of these fuckers. Ow! Rude. Sir, please move. Ah, I didn't levitate high enough before I stopped. Wait for that to crumble. What fun. Meteor Hill summary. Per Archival Mandate 8A, this document has been edited to meet current administrative standards. Certain terminology may be out of date. This paradimensional occurrence consisted of 3 sequential sinkholes induced by subterranean implosions revealing foreign material of magmatic qualities. The local chapter of the Youth Science League were participating in an archaeological dig on the hill when the event occurred. Many boys were injured in the resulting collapse. Some touched the magma directly. Bureau agents arrived at the scene 7 days after the incident. Samples of the lava-like material were taken. The area was quickly sealed off from the public at our recommendation. Our aim was to ensure all remnants of the material were rendered inoffensive, but the magma descended too deeply into the earth to retrieve. Foul-smelling odors were detected in the area, which were hypothesized being the dissipated element's vapor trail left at the scene. All acquired material was delivered to Washington for examination at the Bureau's on-site laboratories.
Another ID card for a cartographer.
So is this just gonna take me back down? No. Apparently that was just a midpoint. My God, so much power. Unlimited power! After numerous attempts, I've finally found a way to intercept and contain the ambient energy of the ley lines in a kind of non-Aristotelian battery I've dubbed the power core. I admit it was difficult capturing an energy I can barely measure, much less interact with. Luckily, it seems that the porous stone of the Foundation's caverns possesses such conductive qualities. Using stone flakes and copper wire, my power cores collect significant power. My early power prototypes collected too much, in fact, but I've since reinforced the container. We don't yet know the repercussions of tapping into this power field. As a precaution, these devices should not be taken outside the house. Ideally, the Bureau should no longer need to rely on typical energy sources. It's my greatest feat of engineering yet. I've always had an interest in invention. I like the creativity that it allowed, set within the firm boundaries of logic and physics. Father never approved, calling it a mundane science. With that in mind, I now dedicate this invention to Theodore Ashe Sr. May he scowl in peace. It goes to the search engine. Yeah, I stumbled the fuck over that word, too. Yeah, it seems like they are, yeah. We're gonna take this one with us. This power core is our friend now. Heard the word used in relation to drama, not a fucking battery. Yeah, you know? I don't ask questions in this place. This place is weird. 2 tunnel access. Come along, friend. Very powered by reality TV. Battery that departs from the normal features of batteries but still functions as a battery. Yeah, that seems to be what I'm gathering as well. Oh. Hold up. I need to look around a little bit because we are Boy, we're up there. I'm guessing I need this down here for something? Just fucking yeet this thing across the entire cave system. I found something for you. Oh, hey, another
Another one of those ID cards. Security check.
I'm clearly missing something here. Let's take this back into the elevator. I haven't seen anywhere else to slot this thing.
Now spent inside what we're calling the oldest house. Northmore insists on the name. I'm too tired to ask why. I'm not sleeping well.
Yeah, right?
Her orders. Me and my research team have established a permanent examination lab in the Foundation. I basically live down here now. Like the obedient head of research Father raised me to be. I spend my days investigating that odd pillar when Northmore found the handgun. The work was half-hearted at first, I admit. But then I discovered numerous non-Aristotelian energy channels converging at its base. Ley lines, dragon roads, Hylidelinian, call them what you want. But this pillar is the crossroads. I started building something. Equal parts talisman and an array that can impose order on the ley junctions. At least, we'll see when I'm done. I prefer to work away from the pillar. I'm not the only one who feels like that thing has eyes.
Was there something I missed at the top floor? Like Am's pillar? Oh, God. We've been trapped down here for centuries. This is the torture. You know, okay, I didn't even see that over there. I'm just gonna drift my happy ass on over here. Got a hiss barrier up there. Come along, battery. You're going to be my special little boy. That's an interesting control point.